1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Addressing the nation today, Prime Minister urged the Muslim heads of states to collectively carry out an effective campaign against Islamophobia. Talking to a delegation of Russian businessmen, Imran Khan said government is committed to provide business-friendly environment to investors to attract foreign direct investment. Foreign Minister has urged the need to further strengthen close bilateral ties between Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates. National Command and Operations Centre has decided to ban inbound passengers from India for 2 weeks due to rapid spread of the new Indian variant of coronavirus there. In yet another assault on people's right to information and to gag Kashmiri's voice, the Indian authorities have blocked the access to Kashmir Media Service website in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and all across India. 300 rebels and 5 soldiers have been killed in the ongoing fierce fighting in Chad. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has urged the Muslim heads of states to collectively carry out an effective campaign against Islamophobia to make the West understand that it hurts the sentiments of 1.25 billion Muslims. Addressing the nation on television and radio this afternoon, he said a collective strategy by Muslim Ummah will have an impact on the West to prevent the incidents of blasphemy against the Prophet of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam Khatimun Nabiyyin. The Prime Minister said he will himself lead the campaign and will not disappoint the nation as well as Muslims of the world. He said when 50 heads of Muslim countries declare that they boycott trade with the West, if any incident of blasphemy occurs, it will have an impact. Prime Minister Imran Khan says he has launched a campaign at the international level to put a permanent stop to blasphemous acts taking place in the Western world. Addressing a ceremony in Islamabad today in connection with the groundbreaking of Magla Highway, the Prime Minister said his aim is to band together the heads of states of Muslim countries and present a strong case of Muslim Ummah on the issue of Islamophobic incidents. Expressing the confidence that his campaign will bring a change, he said they will have already highlighted the issue at forums of United Nations and European Union. The Prime Minister said the blasphemous acts against Holy Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam Khatimun Nabiyyin hurts the sentiments of the Muslims. The Prime Minister said ransacking our properties and infrastructure of blasphemous acts in the West only causes damage to the country's interests. Prime Minister Imran Khan has reiterated the government's resolve to provide business-friendly environment to investors to attract much-needed foreign investment. Talking to a delegation of leading Russian businessmen that called on him in Islamabad today, increased cooperation between Russia and Pakistan in large-scale manufacturing, railways and energy sector was discussed in detail during the meeting. Both sides agreed upon expediting the projects which are already in the pipeline. The delegation showed keen interest to invest in different projects in Pakistan. The National Assembly today passed the Islamabad Capital Territory Senior Citizens Bill 2020 and the Domestic Violence Prevention and Protection Bill 2020. The Islamabad Capital Territory Senior Citizens Bill 2020 aims to socially and economically protect the senior citizens of Islamabad. In this respect, it aims to establish a fund for these senior citizens as well as build and maintain old age homes for the senior citizens. The Domestic Violence Prevention and Protection Bill 2020 proposes legal and institutional framework for the territorial jurisdiction of Islamabad Capital Territory to ensure that victims of domestic violence are provided legal protection and relief and the perpetrators of this offence are punished. Minister for Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony, Dr. Nurul Haq Qadri says Prime Minister Imran Khan has raised voice for sanctity of the Holy Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam Khatimun Nabiyyin at every world forum. Speaking in the National Assembly today, he said the government pursues a policy of dialogue and reconciliation. He said the government held 2 sessions of dialogue with those associated with the proscribed Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan, and the third will be held this evening to sort out the issue amicably. The House has been adjourned to meet again on Thursday at 2 p.m. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has stressed the need to nurture and further strengthen close bilateral ties between Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates. He was talking to UAE's Minister for Tolerance and Coexistence and Commissioner General of Expo 2020 Dubai, Nahyan Mubarak Al Nahyan, in Abu Dhabi today. The Foreign Minister discussed the prospects of enhancing bilateral cooperation, in particular in the fields of investment, tourism, and related infrastructure, and strengthening the bonds of amity between the peoples of the two countries. Shah Mahmood Qureshi highlighted the positive role played by Pakistani expatriates in the development of both countries. This is Radio Pakistan. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain assumed charge of his office today. Secretary Information and Broadcasting Shahira Shahid briefed Chaudhry Fawad Hussain about the matters related to the ministry. Performance evaluation of more than 1,300 civil servants has begun by an independent board. This was mentioned in a chart shared by Information Minister Chaudhry Fawad Hussain in a tweet today. The chart further stated that officers who have served for 20 years will be objectively assessed, and those falling short of criteria will be retired from public service. This will help to inculcate a culture of performance and accountability. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops are harassing Kashmiris, particularly women and children, during cordon and search operations despite the holy month of Ramadan. According to KMS, the troops subjected women to molestation, youth to brutal torture, and children to harassment during the violent operations in Shabir Ahmed Indian Occupation Forces in the territory. Pakistan has conveyed its deepest sympathies to Egypt on the tragic train accident. In a tweet today, Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry said, "Our thoughts and prayers are with the government and the brotherly people of Egypt, besides the families of those who lost their loved ones in the train accident." The spokesperson also prayed for the early recovery of those injured in the incident. India's COVID-19 situation is deteriorating day by day, and the tally of positive cases has reached 15.06 million. The Health Ministry confirmed an increase of 273,810 cases in just one day, the third consecutive day with over 250,000 new cases. Besides, 1,619 people died since yesterday, taking the death toll to 178,769. National Command and Operations Center has decided to place India on the list of Category C countries for 2 weeks in the wake of new Indian variant of coronavirus. The decision was made in a meeting of NCOC chaired by Minister for Planning Asad Umar in Islamabad today. In this category, there will be a ban of inbound passengers coming from India via air and land route for 2 weeks. The forum was briefed on the spread of new Indian variant that is being considered responsible for the present disease surge in India. In view of the presence of Indian virus in other countries, review of Category C countries will be carried out on 21st April. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has cancelled his scheduled visit to India next week due to the worst situation of coronavirus in that country. This was confirmed in a statement by Downing Street. In Chad, 300 rebels and 5 soldiers have been killed in the ongoing intense fighting in the north of the country. Army spokesman General Azam Barmendua Agrua told AFP that 36 troops were also wounded in the gun battle which had erupted between a heavily armed rebel group and the army on the next day of Chad's presidential election on 11th of this month and is continuing. He claimed that the rebel offensive in the province of Tibesti and Kanin was over. And finally, the weather. Cloudy weather with rain and wind thunderstorm is expected at isolated places in northeast Balochistan, Upper Sindh, Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 12 hours. And now the headlines once again. Addressing the nation today, Prime Minister urged the Muslim heads of states to collectively carry out an effective campaign against Islamophobia. Foreign Minister has stressed the need to further strengthen close bilateral ties between Pakistan and United Arab Emirates. And this is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.